Hi, welcome to Vicky Makes and Builds. Okay, I've got a puzzle haul for you today, and this puzzle haul is quite Ravensburger puzzle heavy. In fact, there is only one puzzle in this haul that isn't a Ravensburger, and there are reasons behind that. So what I'm going to do is I've sort of separated it into two because one batch of the puzzles came all at once and then the other batch came a little later, so it's kind of more easy for me to tell the story a wee bit. Now when I show you the puzzles, I'm going to have to bring them up from the floor because in front of me I currently have the Universe Glow Crypt puzzle, which is laid out, stretched right across the width of my entire big puzzle board because I've got all the pieces super organised and laid out properly, and I don't want to put puzzles on top of it in case it completely messes it all up. So I'm going to I might be reaching down a few times from the floor. But so basically on this side of me are the puzzles I'm going to show you first. Now the story behind these puzzles, there are 6 in total. I got a message on Instagram from a lady called Tanya who found out about me through Jeanette from Jeanette and Her Puzzles. And Tanya is also Slovenian, so she knows Jeanette. So she contacted me because she had won a voucher for £100 for ravensburger.co.uk. And basically in order to claim the voucher, Tanya would have had to have used a UK address, and obviously with her being in Slovenia she did not have a UK address to be able to use. So this voucher was kind of useless to her basically, and she approached me and asked me if I could make use of the voucher. Obviously I can make use of a £100 Ravensburger gift voucher. However, she did not ask me for the entire equivalent of the £100. She only asked me for around about half the amount, but in a form that she could spend it in, which was a voucher for the German Amazon website. And she said the rest of it, you know, will just take as a support for your channel, which I thought was a lovely offer, but it almost sounded too good to be true, I have to say. I knew that she knew Jeanette and everything, but I was a little bit worried about this voucher because from the way it sounded, she'd kind of got this email randomly from them and wasn't entirely certain why she'd received this voucher. So what we basically agreed on was that I would try to use the voucher. She sent me the code and everything, and I would try to use it on Ravensburger. So, you know, it involved some trust with each other, but we did have Jeanette as the mutual connection and everything, so we all sort of knew we were all gonna be fine. So she sent me the voucher, and I started to fill up my basket with puzzles, and when I came to put it in at the checkout, I put the code in and it all seemed to work. It worked fine. And I put my address in and everything, and there were no issues at all. So before I hit go on the basket, I went back to Tanya and I said, it worked. It's absolutely fine. The voucher worked fine. So I will, you know, sort you out with this £50 Amazon gift voucher thing. And I did that and I sent that to her and it all worked out really nicely. So it was just this kind of happy occurrence, and this random opportunity came up for me to get a load of Ravensburger puzzles. It was specifically for ravensburger.co.uk. So that's part of the reason why this haul is so Ravensburger heavy. And I wasn't really... It's not like I intended to go out and buy 6 Ravensburger puzzles. There were a lot that are on my wish list. So I thought, well, you know, I'll go and have a look, see what there is and what I would like to get. So I did, of course, my first instinct was to look for the large piece count puzzles, but they didn't have any in stock that I wanted. There was an 18K, but it was the one of the castles, which I'm not ever so keen on really, so I thought, no, I'll just go for some smaller puzzles. And so these are the ones that I got. Now, just before I show you these, I just want to thank Tanya so very much for sending me the voucher and making me this offer. As I said, I only really paid half the amount for these because she only asked for half the amount in euros, and so that was just a really kind gesture on her part. But I'm glad that I was able to use the voucher, it didn't go to waste, and I'm glad that she was able to get something out of that voucher. But also I wanted to mention that Tanya actually has a YouTube channel as well. So her channel is called Board Game Galaxy, and she has some videos on unboxing, I think, and obviously board games. I think there's some painting that she does of the figures in the board games, and there's also some puzzles on there as well. So what I'll do is I'll link her channel in the description, and thanks again, Tanya, for offering me this voucher. So I will show you the puzzles and I will stop talking. So the ones I chose were, when I was having a wee browse, I noticed that there seemed to be some new designs in the Circle of Colours series of puzzles that Ravensburger does, and I particularly liked these two. So I picked up this one here. This one is called Seashells, and this features artwork by, now let me just see, Irina Diasley? Not sure. I'm not sure if I've pronounced that correctly, but basically it's a similar idea in terms of the colour gradient running across the image, but this one has seashells all over the image. It's got like a brownish coloured background, and it's got all different coloured seashells, and around the edge, now it's just similar to the ocean puzzle, it reminds me of that a wee bit. Around the edge there is like waves of the sea just around the outside edge, and they're kind of blue and white, so it does remind me a lot of ocean in that respect, but really gorgeous. Really looking forward to doing that. We'll probably speed run these. I've got a lot of speed run practice to do for various speed puzzling I'm doing this year. The second Circle of Colours that I got is this one. Now this is the one I saw first. I just thought it was beautiful. It's called Astrology, and the artwork is by Katia Perez. And this one also has a dark background. It's kind of black and blue-ish, but there's a lot of sort of blending in the colours, so it's hard to tell. But anyway, it's a dark background. There's lots of kind of swirly lines, and there's constellations, and you can see all these astrological symbols for, you know, the star signs. So just having a glance at it now, I can see the crab for Cancer. I can see the scorpion for Scorpio. I can see the Leo lion, and so on and so forth. And there's kind of a glittery circle in the middle. I don't know if that's supposed to be the sun, but it's beautiful. Really lovely colours. I really do like. I like the colours against the dark background on these circle puzzles. I think that that works really, really well, and I'm really looking forward to building these puzzles. So that's the two 500-piece puzzles that I got. The next one I got is part of a collection of puzzles that I already have some of, and it's one of the challenge puzzles by Ravensburger. So this one is the Looney Tunes puzzle. I've had my eye on the Looney Tunes puzzle for a wee while, just haven't got around to buying it, so this seemed like a really good opportunity to pick it up. And it's basically loads of Looney Tunes characters, possibly all of them, and they're all wearing Bugs Bunny ears. Now there is an actual Bugs Bunny in this image, and I found him, he's down here. So he's obviously got his own ears, but all the other characters literally are wearing Bugs Bunny ears as well. So we've got like, who have we got? We've got Porky Pig, we've got Yosemite Sam, I think Roadrunner's on here, we've got Daffy Duck, we've got Sylvester, there's Tweety Pie, there's, trying to see, oh, there's a Tasmanian Devil. So yeah, so all the characters are on here, and I loved the Looney Tunes growing up. I loved watching Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny cartoons. I just thought they were hilarious, and I still quote them now. In fact, my brother and sister and I all loved the What's Opera Doc cartoon, and we still quote that at each other now. It's just so funny. Anyway, going off on a tangent, I'm so glad I've got this. This will be another one in my challenge puzzle collection. I think it will be, I've done Mario and I've done the Pac-Man one, did that recently, and I still have Smurfs and Animal Crossing on my shelf. So this will be the 5th one in my collection. So I'm so looking forward to that. It's going to be brilliant. So that's that one. The next puzzle that I got was also part of a collection that I am building up. It's another one of the abandoned puzzles. This one is the deserted department store. This one's quite easy to get hold of. I've seen it available on Amazon and things like that. There's another one I can get hold of here, the tattered toy store, but it seems to be either more expensive or just a bit more difficult. So I will get that one eventually, but this one is really readily available. And so I only need, I think, 2 more in that series now. I need the tattered toy store and the Lost Empire. Lost Empire, tough one to get hold of, quite rare now. I'm not sure why, really. But anyway, the Lost Empire, yeah, so eventually maybe I'll get that if I can keep an eye on it, if I get lucky. But Deserted Department Store was quite easy to find. So this one I can now add to my lovely collection of abandoned puzzles. Okay, so the next one really I just got for fun because I like the subject matter and it just looked fun. So I got this one. It's a Minecraft puzzle. Now let me just see what it's called. It's called Minecraft Mobs. So if you've been following my channel a long time, you'll know that I quite like my gaming puzzles. I've done a few on the channel. I've done a couple of Mario ones, I've done a Sonic one, a Tetris one. There was the Pac-Man one I did recently. I've got Animal Crossing on the shelf. I loved games when I was a kid. I did, and I still do. And I do like Minecraft. So I thought, you know, I've been thinking for a while it would be good to have a Minecraft puzzle, or at least just to do one just for fun. And when I saw this one on the website and I had this money to spend on the website, I thought, oh, I'll just get that. It looks quite good. So I got it. It's Minecraft Mobs. It's basically just a mishmash of all the different Minecraft mobs, some good and some bad. So we've got your main characters that you play as, Alex and Steve. And then you've got the more dangerous ones like the creepers and the zombies. And then there's more kind of benign ones like cows. And what else have we got? We've got wolves there, we've got squid and various other ones. So, and they're all just kind of scattered about. They look like they're busting through a wall or something like that. But yeah, I think this one's going to be fun. It doesn't actually look that easy, to be fair, but I think it's going to be a fun one to do. So Minecraft puzzle, Minecraft Mobs, picked up that one as well. And this one I'm really excited about because I kind of had an idea that I would get these puzzles eventually. There's 3 in the set. It's a 2,000 piece puzzle. And it is the first in the Lord of the Rings set of puzzles by Ravensburger. It's the Fellowship of the Ring, which represents the first movie, and it's a collage, really. You've got the Fellowship sort of top, middle, dominating the image, the 9 members of the Fellowship. You've got the Ring of Power down here at the bottom, and then scattered around it you've got various other kind of things going on. So there's the Ring Wraiths here at the bottom, and you've got the Balrog up here battling Gandalf and various other things around the side. Looks like quite a difficult puzzle. The colours are quite muted on these puzzles. But I am a long-time fan of Lord of the Rings. These are my favourite movies. And I've read the book as well. I read the book when I was younger, like before the movies even came out and everything. So I'm a big fan of Lord of the Rings. I really do love it, and I loved the movies when they came out. So it seemed obvious to me that I would get these puzzles one day, but as I say, I just didn't really expect to get them now. So now I have the first one in the series, the Fellowship of the Ring. So that's a 2,000 piece puzzle, like a 2,000 piece puzzle. I think they're a really good size to build. So that is the last of the batch that I got from that voucher. I think all of them came to something like £104 in the end, so I paid the difference and the rest of it all came off that voucher. So I was chuffed to bits that I got so many puzzles out of that, and I only paid half the price for them. And so I feel so happy that I've got those. Some gorgeous puzzles in there. I can't wait to do them. And totally unexpected. So again, thank you, Tanya. I can't thank you enough for offering me the voucher. So now I'm going to move on to my other 3 puzzles. I have 3 more to show you. My next wee batch of puzzles came separately, slightly more recently. The first one I'm going to show you is one that was gifted to me, and it is a Cloudberries puzzle. I've not had a new Cloudberries puzzle in a while. I do still have a couple on my shelf to do, and I will do them, but I just haven't got around to it yet. So now I've got another one. I've got another one to add to that collection. Cloudberries actually contacted me on TikTok. The first time anybody or any puzzle company has actually approached me on TikTok and asked me if I would like one of their puzzles. So that was really quite nice. They got in touch and said they would like me to do, I think, you know, a TikTok video on one of their puzzles, and they gave me the choice, but the one that they suggested was the Hands puzzle, which is what this one is here. It's called Hands, and it's basically a colour block, really. And there are 18. There are 18 rectangles on here, all different coloured backgrounds, and in each rectangle there's a hand, and it's holding something in various different kind of positions. So we've got flowers, there's that looks like a tomato, there's a butterfly, there's an apricot, there's another butterfly, there's a leaf. So it's really nice. I think this is going to be quite a nice fun puzzle to do. I like that it's separated by the colours. I think that'll make it quite a nice puzzle to do visually in its wee areas. So I think this was a great choice, and when they said, would you like to do Hands? I said, yeah, that'd be brilliant, because this is one I don't have yet and I've not done before. So this will be coming soon, and I'll be doing some fun wee things with it. Don't know if I'll do a full video on it, but definitely we'll be doing some shorts and some TikToks and things like that with it. So I'm looking forward to doing that, and thank you so much, Cloudberries, for sending me this puzzle. So my last two puzzles are both Ravensburger, and I bought these puzzles myself because I just wanted to. Well, one of them I had my eye on, and I had a little bit of spare cash, so I thought, right, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get this puzzle. But the first one I'll show you is this one, and I really got this one because I was spurred on by the ones I got in my other batch that I've just shown you. So I got another Lord of the Rings puzzle. So because I got that one, and I thought, and I had this little bit of spare cash that I was going to use to spend on puzzles, I thought, well, what other puzzle could I get? And I was like, well, I started the Lord of the Rings collection, so maybe I'll just get another one of those. So I bought the Two Towers as well. And I don't know, I think maybe I prefer the image on this one. I think it's because it's a similar layout in terms of you've got a lot of characters scattered across the puzzle, but they are more spread out. They're not just kind of a big block at the top in the middle. You've still got the Ring of Power there, sort of at the bottom, and you've still got other things going on around the outside, but I just feel like this is a bit more spread out, and there's a bit more going on. Again, though, quite muted colours, quite sort of dark, browny, greeny colours. I don't know if that's going to make it very easy, but the subject matter for me is right up my street. As I just said, love, love, love Lord of the Rings. Really, really do. So this one is the Two Towers, which is the second one. So that means that the only one I don't have now in this series is the third one, The Return of the King. And I don't think that actually came out that long ago. So I can get that, but I'm not, again, in any massive hurry. I will get that at some point. But I thought, you know, since I had this money to spend on puzzles, I will just get another one in this series. So that's 2 out of the 3 in the 2,000 piece Lord of the Rings series of puzzles. And the last one is a big one. So I've had my eye on this puzzle for a little while. I knew I wanted to get it at some point. I'm obviously not in any hurry to add to my large puzzle collection because I have so many already that I haven't done yet. But you know what? There's no harm in having it. So I went and got it. And the thing with some Ravensburger large piece count puzzles is they become discontinued or rare so quickly. And I mean, I don't know if that's going to be the case with this one, but I didn't want time to pass so long that, you know, it would eventually become hard to get hold of. Anyway, that's my excuse. So I've bought this puzzle, and I will show you just now which one it is. Ta-da! Okay, It's this one. It's a 9,000 piece puzzle and it is called Kingdom Underwater. Now, I've seen this puzzle sort of floating around on Facebook and things like that. It's a pretty new puzzle from Ravensburger. So it wasn't, even though I sort of knew of its existence, I couldn't get hold of it for a little while, but it is now available to buy on Amazon, UK Amazon at least. And I really like the image. I really like the image on this puzzle. It is an underwater scene, obviously with a name like Kingdom Underwater. And it's got, I suppose it's similar in a sense to the Underwater Paradise puzzle that they did. I would say it's slightly darker hues of blue, but it's this lovely kind of aqua kind of blue colour, and there's sort of shades of green to it and things as well. You've got lots of fish and marine life going on in here, but you've also got mermaids, so there's that fantastical element in there again. I think the last 9K that they released was the Magical Dragon Forest, which I also have. I've half finished that, and I will finish that eventually, I promise. I will finish it soon. Anyway, it was a Magical Dragon Forest, and so now we've got mermaids, so I'm wondering now what they're going to bring out next, whether there'll be another kind of fantasy themed one. But if they are going along these fantasy lines, then I am so there. I love, love, love the fantasy puzzles. I really do. Any kind of fantastical imagery, I just think they're gorgeous. So here we've got mermaids. There's about 4 mermaids on here, I think. There's some ruins and there's some coral and there's all these fish and you've got the mermaids. It does have that Ravensburger quirk on these large puzzles where you've got this kind of line down the middle, area down the middle where there's just not very much going on in the image. It's sort of, they've gone back to being a bit more obvious with that in this puzzle. It wasn't as obvious in Magical Dragon Forest. It's there, but not as obvious. But they've kind of gone back to that a wee bit. And the Underwater Paradise was similar. But it's not too bad, and I don't mind that really. It's probably one I'm going to do in sections again. I kind of feel like I've mixed one 9,000 piece puzzle and now I've done that and I know I can do that and everything and I've had the experience of that. I think I don't need to do it again. I don't feel the need to do it again, and I don't think I will really necessarily enjoy it more from doing it that way. So I will probably do it in the sections just like I have done with the Magical Dragon Forest, and I can't wait. I think it's going to look beautiful when it's done. So I have now another 9,000 piece puzzle to add to my collection, and I believe I'm going to have to buy a bigger shelf. It just is too full, and it's quite heavily Ravensburger dominated now, I have to say. So yeah, this puzzle shelf behind me, it comes in different kind of makeups, and there's actually, this is like a 4 square by 4 squares high. So I think they actually do one that's 5 by 5, and there is a little bit of space, a little bit of a gap on either end of this. So I think that I can maybe get the bigger size up of the shelf and fit more puzzles on it. Once I fill that up, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I suppose I'll have to move house. But yeah, so another large piece count puzzle to add to my collection, and a couple of 2K puzzles as well in the mix, and a whole bunch of others. I'm just so happy with this haul. All these puzzles that I didn't expect to get, and now I have them, so I'm so pleased. So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you've enjoyed seeing my wee puzzle haul. Please let me know which one you're excited to see. If you're fans of Lord of the Rings and you're looking forward to seeing those, or if you are a fan of gaming puzzles like the Minecraft puzzle, Circle of Colours puzzles. I will likely do videos on all of them. I've got all those abandoned puzzles now to build, and I've got so many that I love and want to start. There is not enough time in the day. I need to do more puzzles. But yeah, let me know which one was your favourite, which one you're really looking forward to seeing me complete. And yeah, let me know if you have any of them, if you have completed them, what your thoughts were on those. I love to hear all about your puzzle adventures as well. So please let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and you loved the content, then please do consider subscribing. You can become a member of either Patreon or of my YouTube memberships area. I do extra content on there if you're interested in seeing any of my extra content. And thank you so much to all the people who support me over on there already. I hope that you're enjoying all the content on there. And yeah, I will now say goodbye to you and happy puzzling, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!